Houston Sparkbinder, Beyond the Dust of Titan, a journey into mystery, magic, and the whims of cosmic beings. Chapter 1, Titan's Twilight. Houston Sparkbinder was born into perpetual twilight beneath the oppressive artificial domes of Titan, Neptune's oldest and bleakest lunar colony. Titan's landscape was a lifeless expanse of frozen methane lakes and rugged ice dunes, illuminated only by dim lights scattered across cracked landing platforms and industrial mining stations. Life here was monochrome, gray, sterile, and monotonous. The distant sun appeared merely as a faint, colorless glow filtered through thick layers of protective glass and reinforced polymer. The colony, established generations ago by Stellar Cartography Company, existed solely to extract precious metals buried beneath Titan's crust. Tungsten, used in spaceship hulls and reactor cores, was its lifeblood. Generations of miners lived, labored, and died beneath these gloomy domes, their lives etched into their faces and knuckles. Men and women moved about the colony's tunnels like shadows, bodies weary, eyes empty. Houston's father, Orland Sparkbinder, was no exception. He returned nightly coated in gray dust, silent and drained, his knuckles raw from gripping drills and pickaxes. Houston grew up surrounded by reminders of his inevitable destiny. Like his father and grandfather before him, he was expected to become another filthy rock thrower, doomed to extract metal until his body gave out. Yet Houston harbored dreams far beyond Titan's oppressive confines. Every night, beneath thin blankets in his cramped quarters, Houston dreamed vividly. He saw lush worlds bursting with life, endless oceans, towering trees, and creatures from the depths of fantasy. Giants with booming laughs, mischievous gnomes with long beards, magical beings casting shimmering spells. Such dreams offered an escape from the suffocating reality of Titan. When Houston turned 16, his dreams found new clarity. Stellar Cartography Company had landed a survey vessel near the colony. Houston watched mesmerized as figures exited the sleek craft, moving effortlessly in advanced suits designed not for tedious labor, but for adventure and exploration. Right then, he vowed he would never become another miner. He resolved instead to chase these grand adventures, no matter the danger. 2 years later, without looking back, he signed up for an opening in Stellar Cartography Company's Off-World Survey Division. As the shuttle ascended from Titan's grimy surface, Houston imagined he saw his father standing motionless, a cigarette smoldering between weathered fingers, lost in a cloud of silence. Chapter 2, First Steps in the Void. Houston's initiation into off-world surveying was brutal yet exhilarating. His first assignment, Venus, tested every limit of human endurance. The surface was a seething cauldron, with sulfuric acid storms and temperatures hot enough to melt lead. Houston was dropped with Reyes, a seasoned veteran who had spent over a decade surviving environments that seemed designed to annihilate human life. Reyes didn't sugarcoat reality, and move when your suit says move. Don't mourn those who fall, grief kills judgment. And remember, we have exactly 12 hours. Miss extraction, you'll never leave Venus. Despite his meticulous preparation, the planet's brutal heat and crushing atmosphere overwhelmed Houston's senses. Hallucinations plagued him. Ghostly figures danced in the acidic haze, phantoms from his past. Reyes found him deliriously stumbling away from their rendezvous point just minutes before extraction. After injecting him with stimulants and dragging him aboard, she gave him a grudging nod. Almost died, but you didn't. That's more than many can say. Houston quickly adapted. Subsequent missions hardened him into a seasoned survivor. He traversed Mercury's scorched plains, endured the vacuum-scoured landscape of Luna, and explored Callisto's icy caves. Yet nothing would prepare him for the strange mysteries he encountered next. Chapter 3, The Frozen Figures of Miranda. His expedition to Miranda, Uranus's fractured moon, shattered his assumptions of reality. Houston landed with Ellis, another experienced surveyor whose haunted eyes hinted at cosmic secrets left unspoken. Miranda was desolate, crisscrossed by immense chasms and fissures. During a routine mineral scan, Ellis vanished inside a cavern. Searching anxiously, Houston discovered Ellis standing motionless, gazing at humanoid figures embedded in ice, figures frozen mid-struggle, expressions twisted in eternal horror. "And they look human," Ellis whispered, voice shaking. Houston's spine chilled, aware they were trespassing on forbidden secrets. Neither spoke as they left, understanding implicitly this discovery would remain unreported. Official records showed no prior documentation of these frozen forms, raising chilling questions about what Stellar Cartography Company might hide. Chapter 4, Triton's Deadly Secrets. Years passed, molding Houston into a veteran. On Triton, Neptune's largest moon, Geysers of liquid nitrogen erupted unpredictably from a stark surface cloaked in frozen methane. Here, Houston met Cole, a charismatic but morally dubious surveyor who traded souvenirs scavenged from deceased colleagues. Cole's fascination with secrecy troubled Houston deeply. Cole eventually uncovered a mysterious, ancient shipwreck hidden beneath Triton's icy surface, older than any recorded survey. Houston urged reporting the find. Cole refused, seeing only profit. Shortly after, Cole vanished. His corpse appeared mysteriously, suit depressurized, dead without explanation. Stellar Cartography dismissed it as equipment failure. Haunted by suspicion, Houston resolved never to return to Triton, sensing a deeper, malevolent mystery. Chapter 5. Io and the Portal of Light. Eventually, Stellar Cartography sent Houston to Io, Jupiter's volatile volcanic moon, infamous for sulfur storms and searing lava lakes. Usually cautious, Houston became reckless after a company-wide memo promised lucrative bonuses for microbial life samples. He discovered a cave beneath an enormous volcano, venturing deep within despite instinctual warnings. Less than 100 yards in, a steaming pool of bubbling water beckoned enticingly. Ignoring his caution, Houston knelt to gather samples just as the geyser erupted violently, spewing scalding steam intended to end his life. Instead, Houston experienced a blinding flash. Tumbling backward through a portal of radiant light, reality twisting around him in a kaleidoscopic whirl. When the vortex spat him out, he landed softly on alien grass beneath an unfamiliar sky, surrounded by lush forests alive with sounds of unseen creatures. Confusion overwhelmed him, but instinct told him he was far from anything known. Chapter 6. Little did he know. Unbeknownst to Houston, across dimensions beyond human comprehension, floated Lyra Starweaver, a cosmic entity whose power defied explanation, whose lifespan encompassed epochs. Lyra drifted lazily through galaxies and universes, eternally seeking entertainment. Millennia old yet youthful in her curiosity, Lyra often intervened subtly, guided by capricious whim rather than morality or duty. During an aimless stroll through dimensions, Lyra's attention fell upon a distant yellow star orbited by unremarkable planets. One moon, Titan, caught her interest due to the melancholic colony struggling upon its surface. Her curiosity drew her near, briefly observing. She felt an odd fondness toward these pitiable miners, particularly toward one dreamy child, Houston Sparkbinder, her pet moon boy. Years later, in what amounted to a blink for Lyra, she revisited Titan, boredom rekindling her curiosity about her pet. She watched him grow, marveling at his naivety and courage as he traversed hostile worlds. Lyra observed passively, entertained by his resilience and recklessness. On Io, however, Lyra's amusement turned to bemusement as Houston approached a geyser poised to end his life. Lyra, accustomed to viewing mortals as insects scurrying insignificantly beneath her, now felt strangely conflicted. Allowing her beloved pet to perish seemed wasteful. She'd grown fond of this foolish, daring mortal. A rare sentiment stirred within her, driving Lyra to act impulsively. At the geyser's eruption, she reached out through cosmic space-time, gently plucking Houston from certain death. As she set him safely onto a distant magical world, Lyra felt satisfaction tinged with curiosity. Her pet moon boy now wandered a realm beyond imagination, precisely where she intended him. What adventures would unfold next? The anticipation delighted her. Houston Sparkbinder, oblivious to his celestial patron's intervention, stood baffled in an alien meadow. Destiny, orchestrated by Lyra's whim, awaited him, a universe brimming with magic, mystery, and wonders surpassing even his wildest childhood dreams.